Hi Bobcats and Yogis, welcome to the OU Virtual Fitness YouTube page. I'm so glad you could join us and thank you for coming to flow with me today. Today we're just going to be doing 15 minutes of a simple Vinyasa flow just to get the breath flowing, the body moving, all that good stuff. We're going to start today in a seated meditation. So however you like to sit, if you like cross-legged, that's great. I'd recommend, propping up your hips on like a block or a book or something so that your hips can be higher than your knees. That feels really great. You can sit on your knees, just anywhere you can find a nice tall spine. Then we'll let the gaze fall closed. We'll begin with a simple body scan, starting with the very tips of our toes, slowly working through every part of our body, just noticing where our tension lies. Noticing what parts of the body feel more open than others. Just taking inventory. Start to come into your breath, noticing where the inhale travels in your body naturally. With your exhale, see if you can release some of that tension, some of those worries that you may have brought to the mat. Just let them float out of you with your exhale. Once you've started to arrive on your mat fully today, we'll start to come into an intervallic pranayama, a breathing restraint practice. So we'll begin by exhaling, releasing anything in our lungs, just clearing the space. Then we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue with this round of breath, inhaling for 4, pausing for 7, exhaling for 8. Just continue with your own rhythm, a few more rounds to connect our minds and bodies, to start to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. Finish out your round of breath, and then gently blink the eyes open. Notice the prana flowing through the body, prepared for movement. We'll come forward, roll over our ankles to a tabletop pose, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And we'll start with a thread the needle to start to wring out our spines. We'll inhale, reach the right hand high towards the ceiling, spiraling the heart open. Exhale to thread the right hand in between the left knee and the left wrist, resting the right shoulder, maybe the right ear on the mat. And if this feels okay, maybe you reach the left arm behind you to rest towards the right hip crease, finding a halfway bind. Keep pressing down through the tops of the feet and breathe into this spinal twist here. Replace your left hand on the mat if it's not already there. Press down into the left fingers. Inhale, reach the right hand back towards the sky. Unwind. Exhale, release the right hand to the mat. We'll go straight to the other side. Inhale, reach the left hand towards the ceiling or sky. Exhale to thread the needle, bringing your left shoulder and left ear to the mat. Allow this to be at least somewhat restorative. Find ease by melting down into the mat, into the twist. Again, option for the half bind, reaching the right hand behind the low back towards the left wrist or hip crease. Last inhale, spiral the right shoulder a little more open. Exhale, release the right hand on the mat if it's not already there. Press into the right arm as you inhale. Lift the left hand back to the sky. Release the twist. Exhale, back to tabletop. And then we'll take puppy pose. We'll keep the knees exactly where they are with the hips staying stacked over the knees. We'll just slowly start to walk our hands forward. Drop the belly and the chest and maybe even the chin down towards the mat. You can rest your forehead on the mat if that feels okay, or a block if you have one. If your back is really open today, you can start to yearn your heart down towards the mat. Look forward. Breathe into the stretch in the upper and mid back. Keep reaching the hips back and yearning the fingers forward, even if they don't move physically. Just imagine the energy sending out your fingers forward. Settle into this deep slope in your spine. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Use your third inhale to start to press back up to a tabletop, pressing your weight back into your hands. Inhale to reach the right leg straight behind you, flexing the toes down towards the mat. And then we'll exhale to hug the right knee in towards the chest, step it all the way forward. If you need to do this in a few movements, that's okay. Just make sure you have plenty of space between your right heel and your left knee, that you're not right on top of the left knee in a 90-degree angle, but a little bit forward of the knee joint, and that your right knee is not going forward of your right ankle, but that it stacks right on top. We'll inhale to a little halfway lift in the spine, looking forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale to slowly send the hips back, straighten the right leg, and peel the right toes off the mat towards the face, half splits. We're going to flow through that just like that 2 more times. So we'll inhale, come forward to our low lunge. Exhale, send the hips back, halfway splits. Keep hugging the right hip back in line with the left. Last time, inhale forward, low lunge. Find a gentle back bend as you lean forward. Exhale, lean back, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Keep a gentle bend in the knees. We'll stay here for a few breaths now. With each inhale, you can imagine a little halfway lift in the spine, finding length. And with each exhale, you melt a little deeper over the front leg. Again, maybe not moving at all physically, but just melting in energetically. Inhale to slowly rock forward to your low lunge. Again, setting up your strong base, ground down through your right foot and through the top of your left foot. Find your midline as you inhale, rise up, crescent moon. Reach the hands up and overhead. And then use your exhale to settle a little deeper in towards your right hip, finding that nice deep stretch on the front of the left leg. Very top there, the hip flexor. Breathe here, hug the ribs in, taking the back bend out of this posture as you keep sinking forward, finding that leg stretch. Your inhale lifts you out of your low back a little bit taller. Circle the right fingers around the left wrist. Reach up and over to the right. Keep hugging your thighs in towards midline to keep you balanced here. Maybe you send your gaze up underneath your left armpit. Crescent moon, side bend. Keep sinking forward into that right leg. Inhale to come back through center, release the grip on the hands. Exhale to drop both hands to the inside of your right foot, and then wiggle your right toes out to the top right corner of your mat so you have plenty of space. If it feels okay, you can roll onto the outer edge of your right foot, letting the knees splay open. And we'll take a hip stretch here. So this may already feel like plenty of sensation in the right leg. If so, you can stay right here. Or if you'd like to move farther, you can come down towards your forearms. Few breaths here, breathing into the right hip, into the left hip flexor. Your inhale, you can rise back to your hands if you're not already there, replacing the right sole of the foot on the mat. We'll ground down through our hands and step the right knee back to meet the left. And let's just take a few breaths of free movement in our tabletop here. So if you like cats and cows, you can take that. Maybe you rock your hips from side to side, looking over each shoulder, back at your hips. Or maybe you allow yourself to become sort of primal, animalistic, as you find these random shapes in the spine, just releasing anything that may have accumulated over the last flow. And we'll slowly start to come back to center, back to stillness. We'll move into the other side. So we'll inhale, reach the left leg back, nice and long, reaching the left toes towards the mat. Exhale, hug the left knee into the chest, step the left foot all the way forward to your low lunge. Again, making sure you have the correct setup. You've got your left knee right over the left ankle. You've got plenty of space. You're finding that nice stretch already in the front of the right leg. Inhale to find your cow spine. Look forward, roll your shoulders onto your back. Exhale to send the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Two more just like that. Inhale, come forward, low lunge. Exhale, hips back, front leg straight. Keep that gentle bend in the front leg. Inhale forward, low lunge, last time. And exhale to settle into your half splits. Each inhale, imagine your spine growing longer. Each exhale, you settle, you melt in. Ardha Hanumanasana, meaning half monkey pose, Hanuman being the mythological warrior in the Hindu epic, the Ramayana. And they say that when he leapt over the river from India to Sri Lanka, he did the splits. So that's why We call it monkey pose. 2 more big rounds of breath wherever you've landed. Inhale to come forward to your low lunge. Again, setting up strong through the legs. Make sure that your legs are sort of on a railroad track as opposed to a tightrope, that you have a little bit of space to reflect the width of your hips. And ground down through both feet as you inhale, rise, crescent moon, reaching the arms up and overhead, hugging the left hip back in line with the right. And then use your exhale to settle, to melt into that left hip stretch. Release the shoulders away from the ears, spiral the triceps towards one another, really activate through the arms and keep sending energy out through all 10 fingers up towards the sky. Imagine your body as a conduit for energy, channeling it between the earth and the sky. I really like that visualization. One more inhale lifts you out of your low back. Your left fingers circle your right wrist. Exhale to side bend over to the left. Keep the thighs hugging in towards midline to keep your balance here as you spiral the right side of the heart up towards the sky, finding a deep opening in the right side body, the right ribs, and the right inner arm. Inhale back through center, stay strong. Exhale, bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Again, wiggling the left toes out towards the top left corner of your mat. Maybe even scoot your right knee back so you have plenty of space. If you like, you can roll onto the outer edge of that left foot, finding that nice hip opening passive stretch. And then you can stay on your hands or work down onto your forearms for your runner's lunge. 5 breaths here. And take this opportunity to come back to your breath. Your inhale rises you up back to your hands if you're not already there. Drop the left sole of the foot to the mat. Press down into both hands and step the left knee back to meet the right. Tabletop again. Just a few breaths of free-flowing movement here. Just do whatever feels nice in your body. If you like, you can take a wrist stretch, pointing the fingers back towards the knees and reaching the heels of the palms away from you towards the top of your mat. Good. Replace the fingers back towards the top of the mat. Then we'll come to stand on our knees. We're just going to take a gentle back bend here, 2 rounds of half camel. So we'll pretend like we have some invisible pockets in our leggings. Put your hands in your pockets, squeeze your elbows together, finding that heart opening already standing here. And then inhale, lift up and out of the low back, find length as you send the hips forward and slowly start to bend back, being really conscious of when your spine asks you to stop. And just stopping there. If this feels like enough, you can stay here, or you can take full half camel, reaching the right hand down to the right ankle, and reaching the left hand up to the sky. And if you want to try this, but you can't quite reach your right heel, it's totally cool to tuck both toes. Give you a little bit of height here. As you find this side body stretch, this twist, you reach the left hand over your left ear towards the back of the mat. Breathe into the opening. Inhale, your left arm lifts, reaching you back towards center. Untuck your toes if they're not already, and hands to heart center as you sit back down on your heels. Let's just shake out the wrists, shake out the upper body, reset before round 2. We'll come back up onto our knees. Same thing, hands in our pockets. If you like your hands to go in your pockets like this works, or you can put them on your back like so. I find that they're both equally supportive in different ways. Again, lifting up and out before leaning back. Taking your time, acknowledging your limits. And then if you so please, The left hand can reach down to the left ankle, right hand up to the sky, maybe over the right ear towards the top of the mat for that side body stretch. Breathe into the heart, into the front of the body, into the right side body. Just feel all of your worries and stress leaking out through the front of your body. And again, your inhale lifts your right hand back to center, lifting your whole upper body. And then exhale back to sit on your heels. And then we'll go ahead and move right into a child's pose. If you like your knees to be together, that's great, or you can move them as wide as the mat, maybe even wider. Walk your hands forward. Let your forehead rest on the mat. And just give your third eye a little massage, rocking the head from side to side here. Breathe into the low back as you send your hips back towards your heels and reach the fingers energetically forward, just like we did in our puppy pose. This is our last posture before Shavasana. You're welcome to stay in child's pose if this feels comfortable for your Shavasana. If you'd like to take a more traditional Shavasana on your back, you can inhale to walk the hands back in towards the heels or towards the knees. Sit the hips off to one side, reach the legs in front of you, and slowly work your way onto your back, letting the feet come as wide as the mat, even wider. Hands by the sides, you can place the palms down for more grounding energy, or the palms up for more receiving energy. It's up to you, whatever you feel you need today. And release your hold on the breath. Let any remaining tension just ebb and flow out of your body, absorbed by the good nature of the universe. And fully melt down into the mat. Take rest. You have time to stay in your Shavasana. By all means, please stay for as long as you like. If you're ready to move into the rest of your day, start to bring some awareness back into your breath, allowing the prana, the life force, to return to your extremities, bringing movement into your fingers, your toes, your face. Maybe you open your mouth really wide and stick your tongue out as far as it goes. Slowly starting to awaken through the body. When you're ready, you can inhale to reach the arms overhead, reach the feet long towards the bottom of the mat, and take a full body stretch. And then using the arm as a pillow, bring your soles of your feet to the mat and slowly roll to your right side. We roll to the right side to allow the left side of our body, the cooling lunar yin energy, to wash over the right side of our body, the heated solar yang energy, to reset us, to reset our minds, and to send us into the rest of our day. We'll gently press up to a tall cross-legged seat, keeping the gaze closed. And bring your hands to heart center, palms to touch. Just take a moment here to notice the effects of your practice. Notice your awareness to the breath. Maybe just take a few moments to really allow that inhale to reach the bottom of your belly. Just spend 3 breaths completely devoted to the bodily sensations, what it feels like when that inhale enters your belly and when it leaves through your mouth. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center, the space of knowledge and intuition. Om Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Together we bow and say Namaste.